was not letting me turn on my camera. Okay. Hey y'all. If we have not met before, my name is Rebecca Folks and I am a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus, and I am so excited to be on here at the end of the month. I seriously think so many incredible things happen when we're in the middle of a big promotion. Seriously, sales and promotions like I have never seen in over 10 years of Plexus. And I'm seeing so much energy. I'm seeing people that thought, I don't know if I can do this or that are just doing the thing. And so they are seeing results. And so on a power hour like this is going to be a working time together. So if you've got questions, drop it in the chat and we'll go back and forth with you. If you send a message and you get this response and you want someone to go back and forth with you, put it in the chat and we'll go back and forth with you on that. We're going to kind of have, tasks and talking points, and then we'll pause for time to implement. Some of the girls and I were talking earlier, and this isn't necessarily training because it's game time. You don't really see the coaches come on the field in the middle of the game and say, hey, you should swing like this, or make sure you follow through on your shot. Like we're just doing the things. And so with that, can I change? Yes, I can. Okay. With that, I want you to be able to think about why are you doing this? What are you actually working for? And I want to give you a couple minutes to just write that down. I have a 2-year-old that is all up in my business as he always is. So hopefully okay, stop. Okay. I want you to think about why that is, because there's so many things going on right now, whether it's the double BBBs, whether it's the Punta Cana contest, whether it's you're ranking up, whatever it is. And here's the thing, in sales, this is like the only job out there where you can say, hey, I need to add some more dollars to my account next week, and this is going to be there. And so you can kind of see on the left of the side, these are available to everyone. This is not just like, oh, you're brand new, or you are, you're someone that's been here for a while. This is available to everyone. And so maybe you've had that conversation the last few days with your spouse and they're like, listen, we've got $300 to make it to the end of the month. And you're thinking, I've got Christmas coming up. I've got all these extra expenses. What is it going to feel like when you can add $200 to your bank account next week? Like that makes a big difference. And so I just want you to see that I'm here I love the recognition. I love the trips. I love the fun, but at the baseline, the dollar bills, is what is totally a driver to me, and why 10 years later, I'm still all in on Plexus. Because I see what that impact does and what that matters to my family, and then being able to help other families as well. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and I want you to write down, what is it? It might be the Punta Cana credits. It might be a point growth. I hope it is. Or is it how much money you're going to put in your account next week? And so, I need to do this to equal that, that amount. So I'm going to put 3 minutes on the timer. I'm probably going to do 2. But I want you to write it down. So you see it with your eyeballs. Write down, what is your intention? Why are you doing the things for the next 2 days?
Hey, Rebecca, can I share something really quick on this?
Yes.
So when I am setting goals, my name's Jordan, by the way, this is Miller. When I am setting goals, one of the things I do all the time is I love helping my team hit goals. And so if you have not already done this, I encourage you to go into your virtual office, sort by team points, and look at how close some of your girls are to a re-rank or to a rank up. Get in there and look at how many ads they have and put that in your own team chats and help encourage them with their goals, because at the end of the day, we hit our goals, you guys, and we help other people hit their goals. So that is something that I do all the time. I do that almost every day.
Love it. And if you've got one person that has just added one, and do they know that if they add two more, what that's going to do, especially if they're within reach of silver? Those are all so important. Okay. And then I just want you to ask yourself, once you put, like, are you willing to commit to that goal? Like, are you willing to go all in on it for the next 48 hours? What is that gonna, and I hope you like sit that somewhere where you're walking by and you're saying, this is my goal. This is my goal. And it might be something that's driving you to it because you want the income, you want the contest credits, you want the rank up, you want to help someone. It also could be something that you don't want. You don't want to not be able to do what you're wanting to do over the holidays, or you don't want to miss out on the Punta Cana trip. And so I'm for both of those energies. It's either something, it can be something positive that you're running after, or something that you're going, no, I don't want that pain and that discomfort of missing out on something again. You can use those in tandem. Okay. Sticky notes all over my house. I love that. Vicky said, I saw things on here, people working to re-rank gold, to re-rank senior silver, that they are adding more people to their team, that they are claiming Punta Cana to afford their products next month. They want to pay for their products. They're wanting to help to get product credits. They're paying for Christmas, paying for kids' birthdays, all the things. So I love seeing and hearing all of those. Okay. So one thing that we're going to like start with, Andrea, will you push it to the next slide? Okay, it was alive. Okay. Is our social media post. And so kind of prioritizing, you'll see this is kind of staggered on what we're doing. And for me, when I think about what we're doing we're network marketers, we're marketing to our personal networks and influence that we've grown. There's the front end marketing. That's our social media post. It's our Instagram. It's our reels and our stories. All those things are front of house. And those all make the back end where we're calling people, we're texting, we're emailing, all those different things. That supports that and makes it so much easier. So I want to encourage you to be thinking, how can you make the front end as good as you possibly can? I'm sorry, I'm distracted with this person. So that when you're sending out the messages, that those are received so much more because they've seen your front end marketing. They've seen the posts, they've seen the stories. So when you message them, they're actually replying things like, I actually was thinking about messaging. Oh my gosh, you're in my brain. I actually was totally wanting to reach out to you and I just hadn't done it yet because you've been posting. So what we're going to do right now is do a post. We're going to do a pause. And here are a few posts, if you have not done one yet, that you can use. None of these have anything personal in them. They literally, you can go find these names on Facebook right now, and you can copy it. You can hold it down. It's going to copy everything. And then you can put a picture. So you can see there's one girl, Sally has a picture with some Plexus swag, or you can hold up a pink drink or something like that. Ouchie, ouchie. You could put something on there about the site-wide sale, messaging you for the promo codes. You could, even if you just want to pick a great product picture, you could do that, or you don't have to have a photo at all. What's important right here is that you're just getting something out here. Again, we could go into all the things about here's how you write a great post, and here's how you don't do this or do that, and what you want to accomplish in it. But instead, what's important right now is getting a post out there. And then the other thing is when I pause it, that way, if you've already made a post in the last 30 minutes or something, but you can still work on one. If I were you, I mean, I'll be posting multiple times over the next 2 days. If you've noticed, you probably have 24 emails from Old Navy in the last week, or like there's so much noise. There's so much stuff out there. If you want to go every 3 hours or so and click, the privacy setting on your post and click to only you or delete it off your feed after it's been up for a few hours. And when you post another one, you can do that. But I would keep new things in your post for the next 48 hours. But again, take a screenshot of this because I'm going to go to the next, I'm going to go to the next slide. Well, hold on. Andrea, will you go back to that just in case? Make sure you've taken a picture of that so that you can go to those, names and find that exact post and just copy and paste it. It should take you 2 minutes, right? And I think I've added my mom, my husband, and my grandmother tagged in my post so that my family, like their networks would see it, and no shame. Okay. So, okay. Andrea, if you want to go to the next one, here are some story examples. And I put on here whose stories these are because these are all up in live right now. And these are ones that are super simple to recreate. If one thing that the last one, Jordan's post, who I love following Jordan. I don't know if she's on here or not, but I love all your posts, Jordan. And hers don't have a picture on it. So if you're like, I don't want to post a picture, I don't want to do that. That example, there's right after her last one on there, there's a poll. And so you can do something like that. The way that I still recruit on average, like 100 people a year is because I am talking on my stories all the time. And so I think Jordan and hers, she's holding the baby. She's not all done up. She's not like, you don't have to be fancy. You're on there and you're just connecting with people. And it creates that trust factor. And they're like, I know her. I relate to her. I feel like I'm sitting in her kitchen having coffee and, her baby's crawling on her or whatever. And that connects. Okay. If that's not your style and you in real life are always someone that gets dressed and gets ready, be you. It's not telling you not to do that. I'm just saying if that's holding you back because you're thinking I don't feel prepared or those kinds of things, that's a lie. Don't do that. So these are 3 examples of post, that you can go on there. They're live. If you're on here live, these posts are all in their stories live right now. You can go watch it and you can very easily recreate it in your own words. So, we are going to give you, Andrea, what do y'all think? 8 minutes to go make a post and make a story before we get into messaging, inviting, follow-up messages, things that you can be doing today to move your business forward. I'm going to say 8 minutes unless someone says that's not a good time. And then we'll pick up with Jordan with some messaging ideas when we come back.
Andrea, did you set a timer or did Rebecca? Did it just go off?
I was wondering, I was like, did Jordan set one or did Rebecca set one?
I didn't set one, but we're going to go ahead and go on to the next thing because I know that y'all have quick fingers and y'all just got to post in. And if you didn't, as soon as this is over, go finish that and go set up your stories. Okay, you guys, here's what I love. First off, my name is Jordan. Nice to meet y'all. I'm glad you're here. If you're here, that means you have goals and that you are not scared to do scary things. Here is the thing that I need y'all to know. Every single person that likes, comments, you get in a conversation with, maybe it stops, you send a video to, there's a next step for every single person. And it is our job to figure out what the next step is. Here are some actual real life follow-ups that I have sent. You can figure out what bucket your person falls into and follow up. And so and here's my next tip, and I want to spend like maybe 2 minutes on this. I want you guys, maybe some of y'all are like, well, I've sent tons of follow-ups the last few days, and now I don't know who to message because you've sent the like low-hanging fruit messages, which I get, I've been there. I want you to, for a few seconds, I want you to go look at your most recent stories and look at who has watched all the way through and go write down a couple of new names. Okay, that's the first thing. That's the first way. Second way, I want you to search your messenger and search words like maybe symptoms or goals or bloating or keywords that you typically are typing in your conversations about Plexus. And I want you to go see who maybe you missed. I miss people all the time because our messenger gets flooded with team chats and things, right? So let's just take 2 minutes really, really quick. And I want y'all to go add a couple of people to your list. Okay. The other thing is maybe you did a giveaway post or a Plexus post and you haven't messaged everyone that has liked or commented. So let's just go see if we can add a couple of people to our list. If you can add like 10, that's great too. So go add a couple people to your list and then I will come back and we'll talk about these messages. Okay, hopefully y'all have found treasure in your treasure box. I always think of it like that. I'm like searching for treasure. And when I find one, it feels like a Christmas morning, right? That I forgot, a conversation I forgot about. It feels so fun. Okay. The next thing you're gonna do and you need to do is actually send some follow-up messages. You guys, if my friend knew that I was struggling with bloating and did not tell me that I could save 15% on my order, I would be ticked off. So do not be rude to your friends and not tell them that they can save some money right now to help the problems that they're struggling with. So we're going to go send some follow-up messages. And I think I have till 12:30. And so we're going to go right till 12:30. And as soon as 12:30 hits, I'm going to pop back on and I have some closing tips for y'all as y'all get these conversations going down the funnel so that you can get them signed up before this ends. Okay, so 5 minutes. I see some of y'all finishing up. Okay, I just sent a message. I will share it in the comments here. But y'all, the more you can be, the better. Like I literally just sent a message and said, "Hey, I know this is the 20th time I have messaged you about a sale, and if you want me to stop, I will totally stop. But I'm not going to stop until you tell me to because I know you're struggling and I want you to get the cheapest price. So tell me what you're thinking. Like just say what is on your mind. You don't overthink this." So the last thing I'm going to share with you is closing. What I have found is that I have to ask very direct questions, and I love offering to either do it for them or get on the phone to help them do it. And so I'm going to share some messages that I sent, like I just sent this morning with y'all. I'll read it really quick, and then y'all can use these later on. One of them, I said, "Hey, I'm driving at 1:30 today. Are you free? Are you free? Can I call you to help you get your account set up?" It was a girl that was inactive that wanted to reset. So getting on the phone. The other one I said, "Hey, I can totally do this order for you if you have your username and password still, or I can just send you the steps to do it." And she said, "I'll send you my username and password," which I don't know if that's compliant, but whatever. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm helping 2 inactives come back, and I'm using that type of verbiage. So I'll share that in the comments. I'm really excited for y'all. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but anything is possible when you have this many sales going on. Like it is Christmas Day in November. So do not skip this and do not sleep on this. And ask your husbands for help so you can get work done tonight. That's it.
Okay, I think Julia, you are up next.
All right. Hi, I'm Julia, and I'm excited. I jumped on this topic because I always say when people ask me what I do, I am a cheerleader and I'm customer service. And talking to you about how to reach out to the people in your back office to me is like number one customer service. Because kind of like Jordan said, like you're not being like a good friend, you're not being a good sponsor if you're not telling your people who have already trusted you or maybe even somebody on your team with their health goals that they can get a really good deal this month. Okay. It's 15% off. And I want to say a little story, something that kind of actually I use some of my verbiage from a girl. I won't say skincare, I don't buy makeup either. Okay. I like a few things from another network marketing company. Okay. But she sends me messages and she sends me carts. So when they're having a sale, she will send me a cart with the things that she knows I love, their little vitamin C serum and stuff like that. And she's like, "Hey, Julia, we have 15% off on the site. I went ahead and put your favorites in the cart. And I added a few of my favorites." And do y'all know almost every time, and I realize that I kind of have a luxury as a diamond, I can do this. I just go check out. I don't even sometimes pay attention to what she added because I trust her. I know I like 1 or 2 products from her company and she creates the cart. So you'll see some of my verbiage does talk about creating carts for your existing VIPs because you can do that. And I actually am going to have a graphic I can share on. You're like, I don't even know how to do that. But I split it into 3 different categories and we're going to work. Is somebody else working the timer? Are you timing us? You want me to time? It doesn't matter.
If you want to do each one of these at 5 minutes, we'll just time each one of these at 5 minutes. They can work on each column if you want to do that.
That sounds good. So the first one is back office reach outs for people who already have partial PVers. So if you don't know how to find that, you go to points in PV. You can click. I've realized a lot of people don't know this. If you click the PV, it will put it in order. If you double click it, it will go from the top to the bottom. So you can look and see, and I won't read the verbiage. I think some other girls were going to share some verbiage in the chat. But you can go ahead and create a cart for them because you know they love that Probio 5, or you can offer them the deal to jump in on our December challenges or whatever. So let's take 5 minutes and we're only reaching out to those people in our back office that have partial PV. And we're saying, hey, you might as well stock up for me, because I have kids. I'm like, I'm going to stock on my Immune Plus and my Probio 5 because I know we're probably going to end up doubling it this month because, well, it's flu season. So be real, be a person. 5 minutes. Okay, I'm terrible at power hours because I talk, because I see questions. But this person, Lori, you asked, how do you send a cart to your current VIPs? So the key to that is they have to log in. So you send the cart and there's a little thing where it says log in, and they'll actually log into their account, and that stuff should be there. I'm going to say should, because let's just be honest, sometimes technology gets tricky. But so far this month, guys, the share carts worked for me. You ladies, have y'all had, I mean, it's been working really well this month for me. So, and I had a graphic. So let me see if that was where I can send it. If not, after the call, I'll get everybody a graphic somehow. I'll send it to everybody. Thank you, Tamara. Okay, I think my 5 minutes right there is up, or about up. So I know it's back office. So I will encourage you. Somebody said they did this. If you've never shared a cart from an existing person, practice with your spouse or a good friend, and that's okay. And just make sure that join as a VIP is unchecked, because it does. But I'll tell you, when I receive that cart, I really am more prompted in buying. So I'm going to go over to the right hand of the screen real quick because it involves sharing a cart too. But this is for back office reach outs for people who haven't ordered this month. So this is people who have 0 PV, but they're not eligible to start over, or, they've ordered in the past 6 months. So I love this. I love Jordan actually shared this verbiage. I like because she's giving options. You can see the middle one that we're about to go to. It gives option 1, option 2. I feel like they'll feel a little pressured to choose one of the options. And I love, but the main thing is taking the time to look through your back office and see who hasn't ordered this month. And guys, if this is too, I don't think it's too wordy, but I love how Katie just gave a really short and sweet one, because sometimes I'm feeling that with some people, especially if they're good friends. I'm just like, hey, make it short, sweet, personal. We got 15% off. Are you ready to try it out again? I like that. So let's take about 5 minutes and reach out to those who haven't ordered at all this month. Okay, so our 10 minutes is about done. So I'm going to tell you, make sure you just take a screenshot of this verbiage. There's a lot of good ones in the chat, but the last set of people for the back office is, I can't spell apparently, but back office reach outs for people eligible to be, that's cleared out. Okay, these are people, guys, that haven't ordered in over 6 months. Okay, they can be cleared out. I don't know how much corporate likes us telling all this, but you know what? They're able to start over and they're eligible for the reset or the 15% off. And if you're like me, you've been screaming about the reset for several days and maybe they just weren't interested in it. So this is a time you can go and give them, again, options. I sent this exact verbiage to a lot of people on my team. And guys, I got great response of, and I even love the number 3. I'm not ready to restart, but please let me know when the next special is, because that's giving you permission to go back to them. Let's be honest, Christmas, New Year's, whenever the next special is. So if you need to screenshot it, you can, but take time, some more time today to sift through that back office, because that is the best way you can give your existing people the best customer service and they'll come back to you over and over. That's all I got.
I think we can give everyone about 5 minutes to run through these things. You can go through this takes a little time sometimes to go through your back office. You can look at order history, see what they've ordered in the past when you were running some of those carts. You can go right in, see what their order history was the last 3 months they ordered, and kind of build a cart. Go, I saw that these were all your favorites. This is your favorite flavor of Slim or Active, and you can build those carts. So I want you to have a chance to do that. So go ahead. I'm going to give it a full 5 minutes starting now, and we're going to send messages to somebody. And then we're going to come back in and talk about recruiting. Okay, I hope y'all got some messages done. I got a couple sent out. One of the things I'm letting people know is that they can choose between the reset or the 15% off. So some people would prefer to save the 15% off their first order rather than getting that free 3-day reset. So you want to give them that option, especially if their goal isn't weight loss and it's gut health and they're saying pricing is an issue. You want to make sure you're offering them that 15% off. So I think it's great to give people options, and then it's like, okay, which one do you want? You get to give them action items right then. Okay. This will all be available. All of the leaders will have access to these slides. So if you need to go back and screenshot something or you missed something, please feel free to let your leader know, whoever you see on the call that you recognize from your team. Okay, we are going to talk about reaching out to potentials. These are people that you haven't had a chance to reach out to yet. They may be on your chicken list. You maybe just haven't gotten to them yet. You have them in 37 different notebooks and you just haven't sat down and actually done it. So we're actually going to give you the time, the message to send, and the time to do it. And again, I want to encourage you, if you voice message, they can hear your intention, they can hear your tone. It feels more personal. It doesn't feel like a copy paste. And you can always drop a little bit of like, a little personal preference or preface into the beginning of it. So they know, oh yeah, this is just for me. So I'm going to read these to you because sometimes you can hear it and you can kind of figure out what you want to say, but feel free to make these your own. And then we're going to put 10 minutes on the clock and you're going to reach out to fresh people. This is not your current list of people you're following up with. This is not people that are already in your back office. This is not people that you're trying to get restarted because they joined 6 months ago and then never did anything. These are people that are fresh, coming in with no Plexus knowledge, and you're just going to introduce them. So the first one is, hey, Andrea, I saw recently where you shared about your horrible time with migraines. I'm so sorry you're having to deal with that. I don't know what it's like to struggle with migraines myself, but I have a friend who is able to get to the root of the issue and get rid of her migraines just with a few simple changes. Would you be open to me sharing her story with you? And then when they say yes, you're just going to add them to your customer page and you're going to tag them. You're going to be in that conversation with them. But you're going to make sure that you're getting them involved. I would also make sure that you are getting them on the Real People, Real Stories call tomorrow night, and making sure that they're hearing another person's stories as well. So those are going to be continuous conversations that you're having. Thankfully, Jordan's team already had these scripts done. So this is such a great context. Okay, next one. Good morning. I just want to say thank you for always showing up to love on my posts. Remember, someone talked about going in and saying, who's the person that's always hearting all of your stories? They always love every post you put up of your kids, all of those things. I know likes may seem small, but they mean the world to me. Has anything I've ever shared about Plexus piqued your interest? I'd love to be a resource for you. Can you see how voice messaging that versus just copy pasting that makes a world of difference when someone receives it? It really feels personal, like you really do appreciate them showing up for you. And then this last one, I think I saw that you changed jobs, and I want to hear all about what you're doing now. So fun. I have loved following you along on the journey to where you are now. Also, we haven't ever talked about Plexus, and I haven't seen that you've struggled with anything in particular, just kind of mentioning hormones, energy, stomach issues, thyroid things, etc. But I just got an insane Cyber Week code. That's where we are right now. And just had to at least ask if you've had any health goals you wanted to share with me. Or if you're looking for something to help you feel awesome this summer, this winter. We're actually in winter, so it's probably a good idea to switch that up. If not, totally okay. But if yes, then I'd love to be a resource for you. Happy holiday season, sweet friend. As we all know, it gets crazy this time of year. Can't wait to hear back from you. Here's the thing. At the end, you need to have something that makes them answer. So do you see how you're asking her about her job? So she's going to answer about that. You're going to ask, has anything ever piqued your interest, so that they have at least something to respond to about that? Would you be open to sharing your story do you see how everything's asking for a response? So you're going in right now to if you need to do your Facebook friends list, your Instagram, who's showing up and watching your stories list, any of those things. And you're going to start reaching out to potentials that you haven't reached out to before. And we're going to give you 10 minutes because you're going to have to breathe. As Becky would say, do you need one of us to come to your house and stare at you until you make that message? This is us staring at you and making you make the message. So as soon as you send your first one, I want you to hit first one done. in the chat so we can see that everyone is sending these specific messages out to people you've not talked to about Plexus before. Go. Okay, for those of y'all that signed up for a power hour, we're not going to make it a power hour in 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and give your leader all of these scripts. Every script that was in the chat will be available to you as well. I really want to encourage you to get with your sponsor and say, hey, let's both do this again tonight. Let's both do this again tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. You have access to everything that you need right here. And your sponsor is going to walk you through all of the follow-up questions, all of the how to, post on social media, all of those things. And I cannot wait to see how many Punta Cana announcements come out of today, how many rank ups, re-ranks, so many things. Y'all have everything that you need and the most incredible promos we've ever had all at one time. So go do this, and we can't wait to watch you win. Y'all have a great rest of your month.